This section will cover course overrides and the steps to processing course overrides. Course overrides. What are course overrides? A course override is a special clearance that grants students the ability to register for a class that is restricted to them. During the registration period, students may reach out to you about not being able to enroll in courses that they were advised to take due to a course restriction. Course restrictions may be based on student classifications, classroom seating capacity, and pedagogical approach. Each academic unit has their own policy in regard to processing overrides. You should be familiar with the policy within your academic unit. We will focus on 6 common types of course overrides. 1. Capacity override. One of the most common requests for an override is the capacity override to get into a course or a section of a course that is full. Enrollment may be limited due to reasons such as classroom seating capacity or instructional quality standards. For example, the College of Nursing must follow certain accreditation guidelines in regard to faculty-to-student ratios within the classroom. 2. Prerequisite and co-requisite override. Some courses require that students have completed or are completing other courses prior to enrolling. These overrides will overrule any of those required courses for students prior to enrollment, even if the student subsequently fails one of those prerequisite or co-requisite courses for which he or she is currently enrolled. 3. Field of study override. Some courses are restricted to a specific field of study, major, minor, or concentration. Students who wish to take a course that is not part of their declared field of study may request this override. 4. Classification override. Some courses are restricted by academic class, i.e., freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. If course credits needed for the required classification are currently in progress or awaiting official transcripts, then this override may be granted once proof of the in-progress registration is received. Currently enrolled courses are typically counted even though grades have not been posted. 5. Student attribute override. Some sections of courses require that the enrolled students have a specific student attribute on their record in order to register. An example of this override would be allowing a non-honors college student to enroll in an honors-specific section of a course. And 6. Time conflict override. The time conflict override is required when students want to enroll in courses where the meeting time overlaps in any way. Either department involved in the time conflict may grant the override. However, the override will only allow the student to overrule the time conflict error for the section for which the override is granted, i.e., the section for which the student has the time override should be the later section of the 2 that the student registers for. How are course overrides processed? As stated previously, each college has their own policy in regard to processing overrides, and advisors should be familiar with the policy within their particular college. Advisors must be granted special authorization to process overrides. If you are an advisor who has been granted this authorization, these are the steps to processing an override for a student. 1. Log in to Self-Service Carolina. 2. Select the Advisor Transactions tile. 3. You will be prompted to enter in the student's information for which you wish to submit the override. 4. On the student's profile page, click Registration Override on the left-hand menu. 5. Use the drop-down menu to select the override you wish to process. Then use the drop-down menu to the right to select the course to which the override pertains. 6. Click Submit. You have now completed this section of Module Number 4, Advising Technology. Please return to Blackboard and complete the quiz for this section. Once you complete the quiz with a score of 100%, you will be able to proceed to the next section of this module.